All right, Ultra Noops Nation. My name is Reed Nelson. This is Izzy Alkafas, the Season 10 premiere of This Week in Rec. We have a lot to talk about, so we'll get right to it. First thing, we've got two game winners. First one, Malice over UANO. Devin Stensrude comes down in overtime, sinks the game winner. We have two angles of said shot. Here they are. That was Devin Stensrude with the game winner in overtime. If there anybody in rec you'd rather have shooting that shot than Devin? And if so, who?
Like an off-balance bad shot? That's his game. Like,
yeah, like you knew it was going in.
A wide-open three, there's other guys I would rather have, like probably Mike Wiskus. But if I'm talking about clock running out, follow like a bad three, I'd probably pick Devin, because that's all he takes is really bad threes. I mean, am I right though?
Well, no, not always.
I rarely ever see Devin set wide open, and he's usually just coming off a pick, falling away, and he's never taken a balanced three. So yeah, I mean, I'd say he's one. So
we'll talk a little bit about Malice. Malice is now Ahmed Helmi's team up here. He's got some players from them. He's got his brother Omar playing with him. Briggs Bond. So yeah, it's kind of a eclectic mix, if you will. Very eclectic. So okay, the other game, Celtics off constantly. Opening night, great showdown. Ryan Samuelson's playing for off constantly. First off, I don't know if you saw the end, but Sonny Young Graves drew the charge. Huge call, whether it was right or wrong. I don't know. You guys be the judge. He comes down, ties the game with the layup. Curtis Herzberg throws the ball away, kind of a silly pass, a very silly pass, and Marcus goes and gets the N1. Game over.
So it was a tie ball game at that point?
Yes,
77.
correct.
How much time was left when Marcus got the N1?
Couple seconds.
Okay, so it was interesting. Because when I left, I stepped out, it was 76-70 Celtics. So off constantly must have came back in the last minute and a half, sounds like, and Marcus is back.
Marcus is back. Johnny Webb is back.
Nice little stamp on his return.
There's a lot.
It's awesome. Yeah, Celtics are back.
32 teams.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I don't think there's ever been 16 teams in Fridley since I've been here. We've been up to 15.
Yeah.
Because we had 20. 2 years ago, we had 21 in Bloomington, 15 here. There was 36 teams total.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So. Okay, so I had a chance to sit down with Eugene Phelps of the two-time defending national champion Bulls. He's got a little bit of an announcement regarding the national championship. Here's Mr. Phelps. All right, Ultra Noops Nation, Eugene Phelps, two-time national champion. Announcement about this season's national tournament. We might see some Bulls teams out in Las Vegas.
It's not a might. It's a done deal. It's official. Effectively about an hour ago, not only will I be returning to Vegas with the two-time defending national champions, but I also will be bringing a second Bulls team along.
So why the decision to go with two teams?
Well, like I told you in the last interview, it's not just a team thing with the Bulls no more. It's, I guess you guys call it a franchise. As you know, play Bloomington, St. Louis Park, Target Center. So unfortunately, there's not enough roster space on one team, and guys want to get a feel of what their Vegas life is like, and we just made it happen.
So the decision has not officially signed up yet. You definitely want to see them there, correct?
Yes. I go with my gut feeling and say the decision is probably making that decision now. I think they want to see us as bad as we want to see them, so I'm almost confident that they'll make it official.
How hard was it last season knowing that you weren't going to be able to defend your title?
Well, all good things must come to an end, and it ended by us not being there. So it's not like, we lost it and somebody took the champion from us. Unfortunately, we wanted to be there, but things didn't go the way we wanted them to go. But the past is behind us, and, nothing I can say or do can change the results of what happened last year, but the future is a mystery.
So two teams, are you thinking about going with an A and a B team, or are you thinking about mixing the talent in evenly amongst those two teams?
It's all A, no B in the phrase. I don't want to disrespect the players. I'm coming with some talent. As you all know, I got arguably the best player in UH in Paris Cowles. I got arguably the most dominant best player in Rec and Roger Powell. And I'm going to save a little something for Vegas. I ain't going to reveal the whole roster, but I got the best teammates. I got one of the best players for his age in Grant Dudinsky. And I'm just confident, man. I'm happy the guys are excited. We actually count the days down on the calendar.
Gino, appreciate it. We're very excited to have you guys. So,
thanks.
All right, that was Eugene Phelps. He has officially registered 2 teams for the national tournament, the Bulls and the Fridley Bulls. I love that he's calling one of them the Fridley Bulls. I just love that.
So the Fridley Bulls, what is that? I'm assuming that's like kind of like more of a rec Bulls?
I don't know what his plan is. I asked him if he's going with an A and a B squad. He's going, there's no Bs, just all A's. I thought that was pretty funny.
That is awesome. That's a good line. He doesn't do Bs, just all A's. That's sick.
So the question is now, and this is a Minnesota show, so we have no problem asking Minnesota-specific questions. What's your guys' plan?
Got a lot of lazy guys on the – I mean, we got a chat that we all just never really picks up steam. Maybe 2 months ago, everybody's like, yeah, we're in. The issue with us is there's no big man. I mean, Byrne, we still have to figure out if he can make it with his school schedule. So we'll find out from Byrne. And then everybody kind of seems like they want to go, but nobody's taken the initiative to book.
Got to take that step.
I would say we're based on this happened last season and we didn't go. I'd say it's about a 30% chance.
Well, I like those. I like those numbers at least. Okay, let's rewind just slightly. You were not at the championship game. I want to talk Jake Gave. Jake Gave is our MVP from last season. Well deserved in your mind?
He's a beast. I mean, there's ways to stop Jake, but nobody does it on a consistent basis, and he's able to pile up a lot of points because of it. And he's a great hustle guy. He drives the ball well. I mean, he's a load. But
his highest seed was Warriors, and they were what, 9? I don't remember.
Yeah, I mean, he was the best player on 2 teams, 2 playoff teams, and I put more stock into the guys that do it in 2 leagues. I don't like voting for guys that have one great season, just because ultimately, I mean, play 2 seasons, play 2 leagues, and you'll be the MVP of Rec. You can be the MVP of Bloomington, but you got to be the MVP at Rec. And for me, if you're going to be the MVP at Rec, you have to play both leagues. I think that is a bare minimum requirement. Okay,
so we're going to have a lot of weeks to talk about a lot of these teams. There's a lot of new faces. What surprised you most yesterday in terms of player movement? Which player on which team? I'll give you mine while you think about it. The Squid Squad. They got some talent on that team now. I saw John Price is playing with them. And then the Shockers beating the Bulls. I was told Zhao Li went like 0 for 6 or something like that.
Yeah, he didn't have a good game.
So those 2 teams kind of surprised me, because those are my surprises from last night. How about you?
You went with surprise teams, not surprise players.
I don't really know what I'm asking, so just say whatever you want to say.
No, I mean, you think about it. Ebbeling's back in the league. The Rich Show's back, so Ebbeling is back. Peter Clark is back. I think those are the 2 that haven't played in a long time that are back from the Rich Show. And then you have, Zhao is back playing. D'Angelo's now playing in Bloomington. That Bulls team, they took Twan from the Goodfellas.
And they're 0-1 so far.
They're 0-1. There's a lot. There's a last minute brought a team. Yancey's in Rec now.
Maxey as well.
I hear Maxey, but he wasn't there yesterday, right? Is that just a rumor, or is that a confirmed?
I guess it's just a rumor. I haven't heard from the source that it's happening.
Briggs lambast Junius for how many seasons now? Maybe 10, 12 seasons.
Just for in general?
Just always giving him as much shit as possible, always ridiculing him, talking about the Muskies having bad class. And where's Briggs playing this season?
The Muskies.
The Muskies. Gotta love Briggs.
And he's playing with Malice. I mean, what's the deal with that?
He's playing with Quentin Brown, Devin Stensrude, who I would never have thought he would have done. And he's playing with Junius. Is somebody? Are you paying him to do that?
I don't know. I suppose we could ask him.
We could ask him. We're just not going to get a good answer.
I'm trying to think of what else. 32 teams is a lot. 16 in each league is awesome. Obviously going to be a great season. 8 weeks. is all it's going to be, and then we'll be right into the postseason. We won't have that 9th week. There is going to be no buys. I don't know. What do you expect from this season? What do you expect to see?
Well, if the schedule makers keep doing what they're doing, we're going to see a lot of blowouts. Who's making the schedule in Fridley?
Well, you can't give – there's only so many teams that these teams can play against, and I know where you're going. But it's not like we have 8 great – Briggs and Aaron are making the schedule. It's not like we have 8 great teams and 8 not great teams, and we can just say, okay, you guys play against each other, then you guys play against each other. There has to be some crossover. Now, they're not going to cross over every game, but there has to be at least 2-game crossover. Now, there was a couple of crossover games tonight that were ugly blowouts, but I don't see that being an issue, huge issue long term.
So, pass the rock, new team. I don't know if they seemed like they were just scrambling to get guys here tonight. You know, they're obviously a team that wants to come out and have a good time. They're not going to have a good time playing the top 5 teams and having them. I mean, Fob didn't press. I mean, there was a couple times where guys got a little excited, but majority of the game it was step back and just play.
Fob's a top 5 team now?
No, in Fridley. They're probably top 5 team in Fridley.
6.
Top 6, sure, whatever. Well, the Vendors off constantly, Celtics.
That may be the best team they play this season. I haven't looked specifically at their schedule, but that may be the best team that Pass the Rock plays this season, potentially.
I hope so. That's kind of my point. I hope they.
You know, that's how we do this schedule. So, even though you guys have asked, well, they can't. You know what I mean? You can't have them play the 8 bottom teams, and when Fob 5 might potentially be one of those 8 bottom teams. You know, because let's say they're 16. Then you have them playing 15 through 7. Fob 5 might be rated 7. So each one of their games might be 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We don't want to play 15 versus 1, 2 versus 16. That we want to avoid that if we can.
Yeah, but even at that, why throw them into the fire like that? Why not have – if they need to play Fob, play them later on in the season. Play them week 5, week 6 when – I mean, they just – guy goes in, he puts his name down. Hey, you know, I'm 6 feet, I weigh 240 pounds, whatever, and I just want to have some fun. Signs his name. You take his $80, and you're like, there you go. I mean,
next week he'll have an easier game, I'm assuming. Let's hope so. Can never make you fully happy, can we?
Well, I mean, and Fob doesn't want to play that game either, right? So
no.
You have 2 unhappy teams.
Hey, I am the biggest proponent of unbalanced schedules, if you will. I don't want the Rebels playing against the Squids. I just don't want to see it ever. I want, so. Right. And that's the goal. Now, what does Pass the Rock schedule look like? I'm not exactly sure. So we'll move on from that discussion. I had a chance to sit down with Jay Moore, Hot Tub Tony, real quickly. He had some interesting things to say. So here's Mr. Hot Tub. All right, Jay Moore, you guys return from a 2-quarter absence. Is that correct?
Since last spring season, I believe.
Oh, it's 3 quarters.
Yeah.
Almost a full season.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, you pull out one tonight. Made it sort of look easy at the end there. I guess talk about the win.
Nothing's easy, sir. You know, UH has a quality. Like you said, I've been out for a year. The competition has, been at the top. When we came in, we didn't play any defense. And, Far just gutted out. Sonny had gutted it out. Marcus, Weezy F. We got a new guy, Pat, Kyle, Garland, and Coach. You know what I'm saying? We just kept playing that Celtic basketball.
You don't have Ryan Samuelson, though.
We kind of do. Ryan,
I'm pretty sure you don't.
Yeah. No. Ryan signed a waiver to play for Off Constantly. They're OC, out of control, but Off Constantly. So the Celtics like to give. Remember a couple years we said people got gold cups? We are trying to assist the league. So Ryan's on a training mission.
He's on a training mission?
Training. He's supposed to get them as close to the gold cup as possible. Well, he's supposed to get them to the gold cup game. Then he is going to switch it off.
Johnny Webb back from a long absence. Talk about his presence.
There he goes. Weezy's a monster. He's out in the gym every day. Weezy F, Marcus, as far as they're going by right now. There you go. He's a beast. Marcus, I got multiple Gold Cup winners. I got Kyle. I got Pat. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Champs, man. He's got like 7 Gold Cups. Marcus has 12. Kyle has 4. Pat will get about 1 or 2 this season.
Prediction for the season is what?
Prediction is we're going to play hard. Defense, I just going to walk through the shot. We're going to play hard, man. The league is tough. But, of course, I know what you want. We're going to win by 60. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I've been gone. I seen you have some buses. Yay! Garland and Garland coach. I mean, listen, another multiple Gold Cup champ just right there. I mean, everywhere. So, yeah, you know, if we play the right way, I believe we should be in the Final Four. You've got a lot of talent, but also I've seen talent's been kind of breaching off here. So I would say us, Rebels. I could see the Off Constantly team in the Final Four, and then Mr. Izzy's team.
Gorillas?
Like 2 teams, or is he on
Gorillas Fob 5.
Is he on Avengers also or no?
I don't know. I think he's back to Fob 5. So let me ask you this.
Yeah, sorry.
Any chatter about going out to the national championship ever? Bringing your guys out there?
Yeah. Sad news is that I'm going to be retiring soon. Hopefully before I retire, we can all get a team out there. But just if you can look back in the films, that we played in the first national tournament here, and our rec team played against non-rec teams. And we made it to the final day to where we lost against the all-star team from Detroit. So we would like to go. So my last season will be next spring. I'm going to play this season. I'm taking off summer. Then I'll come back next spring. And then we're going to go out and then we're going to try to go to Vegas.
All right, sir.
Hey, just real quick, I want to say, like I said, I've been watching you, man. You've been doing a great job. You've been carrying a dead weight. Izzy is a dead weight. Listen, please don't tell Izzy this, but he's horrible. I also want to thank the Godfather. Hey, and also, just a little bit of breaking news, I actually asked this nice lady to marry me, and she said yes.
Oh, well, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
That's awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. That was Hot Tub Tony. You know, not as boisterous as he normally is, but he got engaged. So you know, maybe the fiance has calmed him down a little bit. So no more rides on the G6.
No, there's rides on the G6. There's always time for the G6. I mean, I haven't heard the G6 in a long time. Maybe he sold it. I don't know.
Maybe. So,
but it's good to have Jay Moore back. The league's better with Jay Moore in the league, and Gino. Having those 2 guys here is good. Not the typical Celtics team.
No Ryan.
Yeah, Ryan Samuelson's gone. They picked up Patrick Evans. Interesting. I would have never. He would have been bottom 100 players I would have thought of the Celtics picking up. Sure. But maybe they're just trying to, because you hear things throughout the offseason, and the Celtics were looking for some players. I never heard Patrick Evans being mentioned, but he's a scrappy, hustle guy. So it's good to have a guy like that with primary scorers. So I don't think it's a bad fit.
Well, Garland knows him through the Woodbury League, through Woodbury, so that's where that connection was made. So, okay, that's it for week 1. Again, we're gonna have a lot to talk about this season. 32 teams, super excited. The race for the Gold Cup begins now. So
it's gonna be interesting.
See you guys next week. New boombox, I see.
Yeah, because somebody broke in my house and they took all my shit, and they took my boombox.
No.
Yeah. They just rolled it right out of the house.
Did they get any gold cups?
No. They got all my Jordans, though.
How many pairs?
13.
They left the gold cups, though.
Yeah.
So it wasn't a UH'er.
I don't know. I'm keeping my eyes on, a couple of these dudes. Winslow's, Nick Rails. What I'm saying?
All right.
Especially, what's them little dudes? Brandon and them.
Oh, Lauren Cott?
Them.